I called her the caller because I didn't recall her ever leaving her name, but that was in the wind, and she confirmed it. I come in this morning, as I do on Monday mornings, and check the tally over the weekend, and we were out Friday too, so there were a few more, but the tally on the Alan Cox Show After Hours line, and still 90% of the messages are from Jenna. I get a few from Brian every now and then, still playing guitar. But I thought, well, I had a conversation with her live on the air. Maybe she got off her chest what she wanted to get off her chest. Nope. Dozens of random calls at all hours of the night. 1 in the afternoon, 3 in the morning. So, but she's, we did figure out a couple things, or she told us. She filled in some blanks. She knows Darnell. They were both at a school for the blind. Then I don't remember what else. But listen, I will have $1,000 here for you in a few minutes. 5:30 is going to be your next chance to go fund yourself. Didn't they try giving away those violent night passes? Didn't they try that with Mel Gibson a few years ago? He did a movie called Fat Man.
My boyfriend was so excited about it.
Where he was like Santa with a gun.
Yeah.
And he's smoking cigars.
Well, it was like something like the world had turned against Santa or something.
Is that what it was?
And then like he had to save everybody and reclaim. I don't remember.
Oh.
Something weird like that.
I had a bone to pick with Santa.
Yeah. You do?
Well, sorta. Not Santa, but the way he's being portrayed. I mean, even this David Harbour movie isn't the best representation of Santa. I don't know if you've seen the World Cup commercials with John Hamm as Santa. And it started
with Santa?
Ham Santa. And then there's the Santa in Christmas Chronicles.
Kurt Russell.
He's all handsome in Santa.
Yeah.
I want Santa to stay fat.
But they're all fat. There's no skinny Santas.
They're all
Tim Allen was a skinny Santa. And look what happened to him.
No, but they fattened him up when he became Santa.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Christmas Chronicles, he's not a fat Santa. He's an in-shape Santa. David Harbour's he's not a big fat guy
these
anymore.
guys are,
John Hamm's not fat.
But don't they put them in fat suits or like they build them out? No?
They're sexy Santas and I hate it. No, fat Santas. Santa's fat.
I have not
keep
seen
Santa fat.
I haven't seen the FIFA commercial with John Hamm. So he's just a hot Santa?
Yeah, he's just John Hamm.
I can see where you take umbrage with that. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. John Hamm as Santa gets his holiday cut short.
You know, it says out of workshop for a reason.
I'm so sorry to bother you, boss, but something's come up and it's kind of a big deal.
What is it?
Oh, he's Santa on vacation. So he's got like gray short hair, but like a big bushy beard.
Yeah, but he's not.
You ever heard of the World Cup? Well, they moved it to the holidays.
Wait, like the actual World Cup? To the holiday season? Are you kidding me?
Sir, I know.
So you're telling me that they went ahead and moved the biggest sporting event on the planet right into the middle of my holiday season?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Okay, well, so you don't care for listen. I hate to say this because I think you've got a real good point. John Santa gets John Santa.
It's okay. He's keeping
Freudian slip.
Santa.
John Hamm gets carte blanche with me. I watched Fletch. Nothing John Hamm can't do. I got to start watching Mad Men because I never watched that. He's a pride of St. Louis, Missouri. Love John Hamm. But you take umbrage with him, I understand, because he's a
bad
hot...
casting. Casting's everything.
All right.
There's so many people. Biff Whiff. That's my Santa. That's Santa
From I
for
Think
me.
You Should Leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I love that show so much. Greatest show of all time.
I mean, Tan Santa is one of my fake band names. We go with Tan Santa. You want a fat Santa.
He can be tan, he can be black, he can be woman.
Yeah.
I don't care.
He can be woman.
He can be woman.
He can be black,
Yeah.
he can be woman. You know who else is in that commercial?
Just
Is Tom
fat,
Brady. Ellie Kemper's in it. Tom Brady's in it. It's not just Santa John Hamm.
He's the only one playing Santa.
He is, yes. Mariah Carey's in it.
Busy I am this time of year.
Okay, maybe not a song.
Ellie
but just
Kemper
think of
is
the line.
Mrs. Claus. See, I like that.
Oh, Mrs. Claus can be hot.
Yeah.
She can be real hot. That's fine. She's not gonna be an old lady or anything like that. I just want Santa to be fat.
Okay.
Santa should be fat. Keep Santa fat.
I think Ellie Kemper is also from St. Louis. Maybe this is an inside job. Maybe it's all people from Missouri. Here's John Hamm. Nikki Glazer in this commercial at all?
I thought John Hamm was from the other side of the state.
I think he's from St. Louis. I could be wrong, but
I thought him and Paul Rudd were Kansas City boys.
John Hamm from St. Louis, Missouri.
There you go. Just like I said.
Paul Rudd, I think you're right. He's from, well, he was born in Jersey, but he grew up in Kentucky or something, or that's Clooney.
I think
He grew up in Kansas City.
Kansas City,
There you
yeah.
go. His mom was worked in local television.
Keep
but
Santa fat.
There you go. Paul Rudd. Could he be skinny hot Santa?
No, because I don't want that. I want fat Santas.
I mean, I remember the Rankin Bass, right? She's like, "Eat, Papa, eat."
And he did.
Yeah, because
He
he
got
gets
there.
skinny in the off season.
He got there.
Don't forget Billy Bob in Bad Santa. Yeah, he wasn't fat either.
Another not fat one. He was a bad Santa.
He's skinny drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, I caught Mary live at the 9:30 show on Saturday. She was the best thing about that show. That was texted in all caps.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a great show. We had a lot of fun.
Also, you guys don't have to say things that because we love the other comics on the show.
I know. They're trying to be nice.
I know, and
I don't want to chastise.
Yeah, I'm not chastising. I'm saying like Mary is great, but Joe's great. Carmen's great.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
love
but the
them all.
audience knows Mary.
Right?
If she's the best thing about the show, they went to go see her.
Doesn't sound like they
Maybe.
went
Right?
to see her.
I don't think I told anybody I was going to be there.
Oh.
I think that's
Well,
more
then
of
they went
a,
to see
I think
Carmen
that's
Lynch.
more of a mistake. Like, oh, Mary was there, and that
Mhm.
was a cool surprise type of thing.
Well, to this person, you were the best part of the show.
There was one girl who was a big fan who didn't know I was going to be there, and she was saying how she listens to our show, and she's like followed me on Instagram for a while. So that might be her. Might be Christy. She was very sweet.
Maybe it's a guy. Maybe it's a guy. Alan, Dan Aykroyd is my Santa, even if he is drunk. Name the movie. Well, it's Trading Places, of course. And that's how you can tell he's Canadian. You'll all be very sorry. A lot of sorries from Dan Aykroyd. I got $1,000 for you. It's a chance to go fund yourself. Listen closely. Put $1,000 in your pocket. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword check at WMMS.com. That's check. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
You can always leave us messages. If you listen to the iHeartRadio app, a little talkback button there. You can drop messages for us anytime.
From now on, I want to hear a sound bite saying, Alan Cox, no more sperm.
I see what he's doing there. Because I can't play my...
Alan Cox, Super Sperm.
Since I got my vasectomy on Friday, I can't play that anymore.
I mean, it's still super. You just don't have access to it.
Yeah, right? It's like...
It's like a tree.
Still in there, yeah.
Somebody texted me and said it's like you have a Lamborghini in storage.
Yep.
Alan Cox, Super Sperm.
Right, but the whole point of the super sperm is that when I pull the goalie, you get pregnant, was the point. And since that's not going to be a concern anymore, boy, it's funny. You know, we posted a thing on our TikTok and on our Instagram and everything when Gab Cruz was in here one day last week for Mary, and she asked me if I was getting my balls removed because she was unclear what the price. She thought that a human getting a vasectomy was like when an animal gets neutered or whatever.
That's awesome.
And it is funny, especially like if you were to put in vasectomy in Google and it brings up people's questions. And the questions are demented. But again, they're public questions, right? Can you still get a girl pregnant if you had a vasectomy? You know, and I was getting texted from, well, I was getting texts from people too. They were like, doesn't always work. I'm like, that's why you keep giving samples until they're all dead. You know, there's like memes of guys like, Had a vasectomy last year. We're expecting our third child. Yeah, because you didn't wait for them all to be dead. You know, I got to give a sample in 3 months. So guess what? If they ain't all, I'm wrapping it up until then. So
You guys
obviously,
aren't just going to abstain from sex until then?
pardon me.
Hey!
No. So yeah, I listen, granted, I'm sure there are times where it doesn't take, but it's still not an accident if you get a vasectomy and then knock up your wife. You want to make sure they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's, it couldn't be easier to confirm whether or not you still have sperm that work.
Nothing worse than getting a vasectomy and then your wife gets knocked up, especially if it takes.
What?
That baby is not yours.
Oh.
Could I be pregonate? How do I know if I'm prengan? What is the best time to sex to become pregnant?
Yeah. But the questions people ask, how much, well, let's see. How do you tell if man had a vasectomy?
Tastes different.
I wouldn't know.
If anybody knew.
Does a vasectomy change a man's mood? And the answer is, a study found.
Let's actually find out. Alan, how do you feel about going into public wearing sweatpants?
I'm not going to do that. Attitude has not changed. Thank you, Bill.
All right.
Exhibit A.
Thought maybe if you took the bullets out of the gun, you'd be a little more relaxed. Be like, you know what? It's not a big deal. But still the same old Alan.
By the way, I got questions from people who think that when you get a vasectomy,
nothing comes out.
No, it somehow raises your balls. Like they're just soldering off the
higher?
Yeah. Like they're somehow
Like shorter?
like
What's
I
the
get
right word I'm looking
like
for
I
here?
get less
More tucked
slack.
up, yeah.
And I go, no, they're just soldering off your tubes. It shouldn't change anything. Does it change a man's mood? And they said the odds of anxiety and depression sometimes are increased in guys who'd undergone a vasectomy. Well, it's probably increasing guys who get it thinking they're going to get laid more, and then they don't. Here it is. Does a vasectomy make you taste different? They say no, it will not. Do balls look different after vasectomy? So, again, thank God that there's Google to answer these questions for people who put them in. These are the most common questions when you just type in the word vasectomy. Do you gain weight after? And they're like, nope, you don't gain weight. Is there increased risk of dementia? What should I do with my husband after vasectomy? Listen,
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do. So it's, there are a lot of questions there. I was reading about Australia. I might have pulled the trigger too soon because Australia is working on what they're calling a game changer. They're developing a temporary vasectomy that lasts 2 years. I don't know why anybody would want that, but the holy grail of medicine is male contraceptive. Why should the ladies have to do all the work? That's why I did my part as an ally and wear condoms. Why leave it up to you, ladies? I'm happy to participate in the social experiment. But a temporary vasectomy, temporary chemical vasectomy, and they're studying this over in Australia. They say the average age of dudes who get this procedure are 35. Of course, I'm 51. But I was talking to a friend of mine, too, who was asking me a lot of questions because he's like, I want to do it, but the whole thing makes me very, very nervous. It just makes me nervous. Like, well, yeah, they're incising very, very tender, intimate parts of your body. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
A little nerve-wracking, but that's because people maybe focus on what could go wrong. I was merely focused on what could go right. And I think it was that positive mental attitude
There it is.
that really got me across the line there.
What you're known for.
positive mental attitude. That's right.
Super sperm.
I am a balls half full kind of guy. So, no, I got the Lamborghini parked in the garage. And might be too soon to make a Jay Leno reference, but nevertheless, I don't know. But this is what they're working on in Australia.
My balls are shorter.
Huh? Hey guys, that's my face.
My balls
They
are
want me
shorter.
to play Harvey Dent, the next Batman.
Hmm.
I got skin grafts. I just lifted up the hood. What could go wrong in a 1947 Porsche?
I'm calling the fire crotch. I'm a fire
It
face.
blew up in my face. I hope I'm going to be okay. That sucks, boy. Imagine what he's going to look like coming back.
Maybe less chin.
Well, it blew up in his face.
Yeah,
That's no good, man. You lift up the hood. This guy, who knows cars more than Jay Leno? You know, he's got hundreds of them in an airplane hangar. Lifts. Obviously, I don't know the specifics of it, but the broad strokes of the story is that one of the engines blew up in his face.
And he's had more cars blow up in his face than I've ever had blow up in my face, so I feel like I might be doing better than him right now. If you look at those numbers.
But you've had no cars blow up in your face.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how many he's had.
He's got one real bad one.
The one we've heard of, yeah.
This is a real bad one.
He's recovering. Oh, so he has already put out a statement. I got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I'm okay. I just need a week or two to get back on my feet.
Okay, so he's not going to...
Is what he says.
Nothing crazy.
He's being treated at the Grossman Burn Center in L.A.
no.
What a terrible! You're going to get pay for the naming rights on the Burn Center, and
go
your
with
name's
his first
Grossman.
name.
Right.
Oh, come
Tom's
on.
Burn Center.
Tom's Burn Center.
So much better.
Yeah.
Grossman.
He received burns to his face and hands from a gasoline accident.
Waking Nightmare Burn Center.
It's the Arthur Kill Me Now Burn Center at Cedar Sinai. Anyway, I've got to take a break. If you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. If you want to text 35192, and you can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio